That moment when your cat destroys your setup. So I was finally ready. The gaming chair. Check. Headphone on snacks. Right here. This was my time to shine. I locked in for my first match, aiming for that perfect shot. Bam! My cat Fluffy jumped onto my desk, knocking everything over. Not now, but she didn't care. However, halfway through the match, I started to notice something strange. Every time I went to use my ultimate ability, my character would suddenly stop shooting and the ability wouldn't come out correctly. At first I thought it was just lag or a glitch in the game. But then I realized that someone or something was actually messing with my keyboard. I could feel my heart racing and my hand shaking. She continued to walk across my keyboard and push my coffee off the table. I knew that this was one of the most humiliating moments that I'd ever experienced in my life. And I could unhelp but feel like my cat had gotten the best of me. I tried to get back to the game and see if I could win another match, but nothing seemed to go my way. I knew that I needed to step up my game if I wanted to be considered, but I couldn't help but feel like my cat had just gotten the best of me. I decided to take another break and just relax for a few minutes. Maybe if I could calm down, I could go back to the game and try to win another match. But as I sat down, I could feel my heart racing and my hands shaking. I knew that I had to do something if I wanted to improve my game. But I couldn't help but feel like my cat had just dealt me a major setback. I couldn't focus with Fluffy walking around my desk and batting at my keyboard. I mean, I definitely could have done better, but Fluffy kinda ruined my shot. So I guess we'll just have to see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Every time I went to use my ultimate ability, she would jump onto my keyboard and mess it up. It was like she was playing a game with me, and she was winning. I tried to swat her away, but she was too quick for me and managed to escape before I could touch her. I picked up Fluffy and pet her for a few minutes, but I couldn't help but feel angry and frustrated. I put her down and decided to take a walk to clear my mind. As I walked outside, I couldn't help but think about how embarrassing my performance had been. I felt like I'd thrown away any chance of making the team, and I couldn't help but feel like my cat had gotten the best of me. At this point, I was completely defeated. I could feel my face turning red with embarrassment as my teammates started to call out what I was doing. I knew that I had just thrown away any chance of making the team, and I felt terrible. I tried my best to remain calm, but I couldn't shake the feeling that my keyboard was cursed. Then, without warning, it happened again. As I went to use my ultimate ability, my character suddenly stopped shooting, and the ability didn't come out correctly. That's when I looked over and saw my cat Fluffy walking across my keyboard. I was hoping that they would be understanding and tell me that it was okay, but I knew that this was probably wishful thinking. I opened my phone and started scrolling through my messages. That's when I saw a message from my teammate. "Hey, are you okay? You weren't using your ultimate ability enough, and we ended up losing the match. We re-gone now. I need you to step it up next time if you want to be considered for the team." I couldn't help but feel disappointed. I knew that he was right, but I couldn't help but feel like he could have been a little more understanding. I tried to respond and explain what had happened, but I knew that it probably wouldn't make a difference. She had managed to jump onto my desk and was now messing with my keyboard while I was trying to play. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I could unbelieve that my cat had managed to jump onto my desk and mess with my keyboard while I was playing. To be honest, I was pretty confused because I live alone and I'm pretty sure that I am the only person that has access to my keyboard. So I tried to focus on the game and ignore whatever was going on with my keyboard. She walked right across my keyboard like she owned the place. And just like that, my character jumped straight off a cliff and died instantly. And that I needed to step up if I wanted to help the team win. Overtime is basically an extra period of time at the end of the match when the score is tied, and the two teams keep fighting until one of them wins. I knew that this was our last chance to win the match, so I had to do something. I tried to stay calm and focused on the game, but I couldn't help but feel like my keyboard was cursed. Now, this put a lot of pressure on me, because not only did I want to win the match, but I also wanted to prove myself to the team leader. I took a deep breath and tried to calm down. I couldn't shake this feeling that something weird was happening to my keyboard. As the match went on, the problem with my keyboard kept getting worse and worse, and it was starting to affect my performance. I knew that if I didn't do something, my team would probably lose the match, and I would never get invited to play with them again. I literally can't even begin to explain how much this hurts. It is so embarrassing. Like I would rather die 100 deaths in a row than have this happen. This is one of the most humiliating moments that I've ever experienced in my life. Okay, let's start from the beginning. So I play Overwatch competitively, and I was finally ready to try out for a new team. For anyone who doesn't know, Overwatch is an online team-based shooter game where 2 teams of 6 players battle it out to complete objectives and earn points. And with that said, let's get back to the video. Now, shortly after I joined the match, I noticed that my teammates were all really good. There was no toxic behavior, and everyone seemed to know what they were doing. I felt pretty confident going into this match because I've been playing Overwatch for a long time. And I knew that if I played well, I would probably make the team, but little did I know that my cat Fluffy had other plans for me. Now, there are many different characters to choose from, each with unique abilities and I decided to play a character named Cassidy, a gunslinger-type character who uses a revolver as his primary weapon and has a powerful ultimate ability called the My goal for this particular match was to land as many kills as possible and impress the team leader so that I could officially join the team. So I sat down, plugged in my headphones, poured some Mountain Dew, and got ready to win some games. Before we go any further though, if you could do me a huge favor and just tap that subscribe button, that would be absolutely amazing. At first everything was going well. I was landing some sick shots, helping my team capture the objectives and avoiding the enemy team whenever they got too close. After a few more minutes, my team started to call out that I was unusing my ultimate ability enough now. At this point in the match, the score was tied and we were heading into overtime. As the overtime period began, I started to panic. In a moment of anger and frustration, I yelled, "Not now, Fluffy!" But she didn't care. As the match ended and my team lost, I couldn't help but laugh at the situation. Finally, I gave up and decided to take a break from the game. When I came back inside, I decided to check my phone and see if I had any messages from my teammates. As I put my phone down, I couldn't help but feel like I had just thrown away my chance to make the team. With that said, that's pretty much where the video ends.